I'm Sadie.
And I'm Maddie.
And welcome to our YouTube channel.
We are so excited you're here today. This is one of my favorite things to talk about because it's so fun to dream big and to create these awesome dreams, but you have to know how to put those into reality and how to make them happen. So the purpose of this video is to talk about your dreams, how to make those dreams into goals, and then to break it down even further to take those goals and to make them into action steps that you can do every day to make all of this a reality.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the difference between a dream and a goal. So a dream, as you probably already know, is something that you really want to happen. And a goal is how you are going to make your dream come true. So for example, first of all, you can actually have more than one goal to make a dream come true. But you need to start with one at a time and accomplish that goal before you move on to the next. So let's say that your dream is to quit your job. That sounds familiar.
Yes.
And so your goal is to your dream is to quit your job, then your goal would be to replace that income so that you can quit your job. So your goal is to replace that income by sales and team building. So a goal isn't enough. You need 3 action steps that you can do each day to help you reach that goal.
So what action steps would you do to reach your goal of replacing your income? What 3 things can you do every single day? These are things that you can measure, things that you can show proof of that you're doing every day. So a really good one, number 1, would be to hand out 10 business cards a day. Put them in your pocket, put them in your car, put them in your purse. We wash multiple business cards every week.
My kids carry them around for me.
Keep them in your diaper bag, in your church bag, anything. And hand out 10 business cards a day. That's a measurable action. You can come home at night and see how many business cards you have left.
Check your list off. I did my 10 business cards.
Check your list off. Another thing you can do is make sure you're engaging with your customers. How many customers did you talk to today? As far as on social media, on the phone, through text message, how many customers did you engage with that day? Make a list. Make a goal to at least comment or talk with at least 10 people a day who are purchasing from you.
It could be something as simple as they posted a picture of themselves wearing their leggings and you're like, hey, I love that print, or I love the color of that Amelia dress on you. Just somehow showing them that you care is really what your engagement is.
Yeah. And a last action step that will really help you reach that goal of replacing your income is sharing the opportunity of Lularoe with someone every single day. Make a list of people at the beginning of the week and have a goal to share it with one person every day. Those 3 things right there are what we did.
Yeah, those are 3 huge action steps. You have to start somewhere. You can't you don't just wake up one morning and your Lularoe business is booming.
Blooming and booming.
Booming and blooming, same thing. Or any business. It doesn't just have to be Lularoe. Any business you have to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. And so by starting with 3 action steps, that's something that you can do every day and see progress with. But none of this matters if you're not committed and consistent. What we mean by committed is you have to be willing to sacrifice something to reach your goal. For example, we don't ever watch Netflix. We just don't have time.
No.
And we definitely sacrifice sleep. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah. So we're really committed to getting things done that need to be done, and that's usually when our kiddos are in bed.
Yeah, and so we're willing to sacrifice a little sleep because we are so committed to our businesses that we know we need to be spending time doing certain things.
Yeah, and that usually happens at 11 o'clock at night.
It's fine.
It's good.
It's okay.
Yeah. And reading. I mean, we read anything we read. We don't read for fun. We read books that better ourselves and help our business and
help us to be better leaders.
Yeah. But we also get to go on cruises.
We do. There's so many benefits. So we're not trying to say negative. Yeah. Our girls trips, we might not get to do girl trips all the time with our friends because we have lots of things going on with our businesses, and you don't want to get behind, and you have girls that depend on you.
Yeah.
But
the payoff is so incredible.
Payoff's amazing. We get to go on trips with our best friend.
Yeah.
We get to go on cruises. We get to go to California, to Disneyland. We got to go to Disneyland in January, which was super fun with Lularoe.
Have a VIP experience.
There's so many amazing opportunities. I mean, the list goes on, but you do have to be willing to sacrifice something.
Yeah, it just makes giving up Netflix no big deal.
Yep, not a big deal at all.
So the other part to being committed is you have to be consistent. So you have to keep doing the same things over and over again for it to work out. And these are the measurable things that we were talking about. You're consistently handing out 10 business cards a day. You're consistently sharing the opportunity with at least one person every day. You're consistently checking in with your team and your girls and making sure that they're doing okay. If you're committed to your cause and you're consistently doing the correct things, your business just explodes.
If you just do those 3 action steps one time or here or there, it will be like you did nothing. You have to be consistent. That's a key piece to this.
It's like going on a diet. If you just eat healthy for one day,
that's a perfect way to explain it.
Randomly throughout the week, Mondays is usually the day I eat really healthy. By like Tuesday night, we're done. So it's the same philosophy. You might not see results instantly, but when you do, it's just like a snowball, and it just keeps rolling and remotivates you.
You have to be willing to do things even when it gets hard.
Yep. So a story with this, how this relates to my business and my story is online sales. I started online sales, I think I talked to you in June of this year.
I think, June of last year.
That's right, June of last year. June hasn't happened yet. June of last year. And Sadie was telling me about online sales. This is like when you were excited about like 60 pieces.
I know. That's so,
I thought, oh my gosh, 60 pieces in an online sale, that would be amazing. And so I started online sales, and nothing really happened. And I would call and cry to Sadie, and she kept telling me, just keep doing it. It'll keep working. Keep being consistent. So I hustled. I did online sales, and I did home pop-ups to turn over inventory, and I was committed.
And it took you months.
It took me months. But this month is March, so how many months is that? Like 8 months, maybe? Yeah. I just sold 230 pieces in 24 hours. From zero. I think my first sale was like 13.
So from 13.
And I honestly didn't change a whole lot other than I just kept going back for Sadie for advice. She was my constant. She was my
give me full credit. She did all the work. She did the work.
She's amazing. So.
Well, I think you are.
That's my being committed and consistent to it. It pays off.
It does. I mean, for me, something that people might not know is, so I went an entire year where in Lularoe we call it onboarding when someone joins your team. I went a full year where I had one person on board last year. We do our years from July to July because that's when our annual convention is. But from July to July, I had one person on board. And that was tough. I spent a lot of time, learning not to compare myself and trying to figure out, what I could do better, what I could do different. But I was consistent. I was consistently trying to learn, and it paid off. I mean, I think I've had
it's crazy
30 or 40 people on board since July. So
I think the key here too is be consistent with being willing to figure out what's not working.
Yes.
Because we keep saying do the same things over and over again. Well, maybe they're not working. And Sadie is really good at, okay, it's not working. She's consistent and always bettering herself. She's always watching. She's always learning. And she's always turning that around and putting it back into her business.
I think that you're great at that too. I think it's something that we've learned that you don't figure out things perfectly the first time around.
No. There's
definitely plenty of trial and error that goes into it. So you do something, and if you don't get the results you want, you try something else. You start watching what other people are doing. You keep changing. You have to be open to change, and then be consistent with that change you make.
Yes. So to wrap things up, today we talked about dreaming your dreams and how to make those dreams into goals and how to take those goals and break them down into action steps that you can do every day. And the most important thing to remember is that you have to be committed and consistent with those action steps.
We talked obviously about being committed and consistent. One of the things that it's really important that you are committed and consistent with is the 72-hour game plan. This one is a little specific to Lularoe, but you can actually use it in any business. And we are going to go into the 72-hour game plan about how it works, how to use it, and how it can benefit your business in our next video.
Make sure you give us a thumbs up below
and subscribe to our channel.